important thing in the world.
Let them laugh. Incompetent fools. A whole lot of them. You weren't any smarter yourself when you ordered that operation, were you?
But I didn't have a chance to examine her thoroughly.
Well, why were you so quick to make a decision then?
You asked me, Dr. Gillespie. I had to answer.
Oh, yes, yeah. What's this?
Some very learned young men.
I doubt it. Beer.
Yes.
Football.
Yes, Doctor.
Ping pong. Well, you've all won your degrees, and you claim to be doctors. Well, come on. I'm not going to bite you. Is there or isn't there a doctor among you?
I know that I'll get into a lot of trouble if I go ahead.
Are you right or are they right?
I think I am.
You think so or do you know so?
I know I'm right.
Well then, go ahead and get into a lot of trouble.
Look for the silver lining whene'er a cloud appears in the blue. Remember somewhere the sun is shining, so always look for the silver lining and try to find the sunny side of life.
Today on Turner Classic Movies, spend the morning with the staff of Blair Memorial Hospital. Young physician Lou Ayres turns detective when suspicions of murder gather around him in Calling Dr. Kildare. Then Lou and nurse Lorraine Day decide to tie the knot until epilepsy strikes in Dr. Kildare's crisis. And crusty old Lionel Barrymore as doctor tries to cure an amnesia case in Dr. Gillespie's new assistant. Turner Classic Movies will cure your Monday morning blues.
Sergeant, be sociable for a change. Buy a poor thirsty girl a drink.
Just shut your mouth or I'll belt you deep down your throat.
Hey, Sarge, you're pretty tough, aren't you?
I'm tough. I gotta be. Because this is a scene from The Naked and the Dead. Remember the book, don't you? Well, this is the picture. The Naked and the Dead was a bestseller that hit millions and millions of readers like a ton of bricks. It was like nothing they'd read before, and there's been nothing like it since. It had to wait until motion pictures could grow up to handle it. Well, the screen is big enough now for The Naked and the Dead. What's it about? Well, it's about men like Sergeant Croft who lie in mud and shut their eyes and remember. And it's about men like Gallagher who don't have to shut their eyes to remember.
I'm gonna get back.
What makes you so different?
I've got a kid I've never seen.
It's about a girl like Mildred who had plenty to hide. And a girl like Jersey Lily who made it her business never to hide anything. It's about men like Ridges who never lose faith. And men like Red who never had faith.
Oh, you don't care, huh, Red? What happens if you get hit?
I want a medic.
You don't believe in God?
It's about men like Wilson who aren't always fighting.
Hiya, baby.
I hardly recognize you with all your clothes on.
And men like Roth who can never stop fighting. It's It's about a man like General Cummings, who used the power of fear. And it's about the man who dared to challenge him, Lieutenant Hearn.
Suppose you understood that you might spend 5 years in a prison stockade. With this in mind, how do you think you'd react?
I think I'd tell you to go to hell, sir.
It's all this and a whole lot more. It's a big story about people, love, and wartime. Makes The Naked and the Dead one of the great events of all time.
You're in trouble.
Oh, I am.
What kind of trouble?
I can't get Turner Classic Movies.
Well, why don't you call your local cable operator?
I have, but they still don't carry it.
Well, keep calling. It's worth the wait.
Do you have it?
Sister, I don't even have a radio.
Hi there, I'm Robert Osborne. Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, we salute our star of the month, Jimmy Stewart. At 7 p.m. Eastern, Jimmy stars as a third baseman for the St. Louis Cardinals, who gets called back into duty with the Air Force. Jimmy Stewart teams with June Allison for the high-flying drama Strategic Air Command. That's going to be followed at 9 p.m. with Jimmy Stewart as a photographer who believes he's witnessed a gruesome murder from his apartment window. It's Jimmy Stewart with Grace Kelly in Alfred Hitchcock's thriller Rear Window. And at 11 o'clock, Jimmy Stewart is a circus clown with a secret past in Cecil B. DeMille's epic The Greatest Show on Earth, co-starring Betty Hutton, Charlton Heston, and Dorothy Lamour. Jimmy Stewart is our star of the show tonight on Turner Classic Movies, and it all begins at 7 p.m. Eastern. So come, join us.
Look for the silver lining whene'er a cloud appears in the blue. Remember somewhere the sun is shining, so always look for the silver lining and try to find the sunny side of life.
Today on Turner Classic Movies, there's never a dull moment at Blair Memorial Hospital. A family illness threatens marriage plans for Lou Ayres and Lorraine Day in Dr. Kildare's crisis. Then Chief of Staff Lionel Barrymore breaks in 3 new interns. Only one is good enough to be Dr. Gillespie's new assistant. And Lionel is stalked by an insane ex-patient and calling Dr. Gillespie. Turner Classic Movies is good for what ails you today.
No, Morty. No, a broom closet does not count as a dressing room. Morty, would you listen to me? Morty, look. Don't call us unless you can get us top billing. All right. Admit it.
Admit what?
Admit it. We missed the boat.
What are you talking about? What boat did we miss?
I mean, we missed the boat. We should have gone to Hollywood. We're playing dumps here. We should be making movies.
You've been watching that channel again, that classical, what do you call it?
Turner Classic Movies.
Turner Classic Movies, that's it.
Every Saturday another movie. And each one of them would have been funnier if we were in it. Make 'em laugh, Herman. That's what they call it. Make 'em laugh. That should have been us. We should be making 'em laugh.
It's a fad, I tell you. A fad. People always come back to the live stuff. You just wait. We'll watch Make 'em Laugh on Saturday at 5 o'clock, and then we'll talk about it. All right, Sal?
What time was that?
5 o'clock on Saturday.
Would you mind repeating that in case somebody missed it?
I would be delighted. Saturday, 5 p.m.
You know, You sell the show pretty good.
I'm an old timer, you know that.
Hi there, I'm Robert Osborne. Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, we salute our star of the month, Jimmy Stewart. At 7 p.m. Eastern, Jimmy stars as a third baseman for the St. Louis Cardinals, who gets called back into duty with the Air Force. Jimmy Stewart's teams with June Allison for the high-flying drama Strategic Air Command. That's going to be followed at 9 p.m. with Jimmy Stewart as a photographer who believes he's witnessed a gruesome murder from his apartment window. It's Jimmy Stewart with Grace Kelly in Alfred Hitchcock's thriller Rear Window. And at 11 o'clock, Jimmy Stewart is a circus clown with a secret past in Cecil B. DeMille's epic The Greatest Show on Earth, co-starring Betty Hutton, Charlton Heston, and Dorothy Lamour. Jimmy Stewart is our star of the show tonight on Turner Classic Movies, and it all begins at 7 p.m. Eastern. So come, join us.
Look for the silver lining whene'er a cloud appears in the blue. Remember somewhere the sun is shining, so always look for the silver lining and try to find the sunny side of life.
Today on Turner Classic Movies, a change of staff is on the books for Blair Memorial Hospital. Young intern Van Johnson is up against two other physicians for the coveted position of Dr. Gillespie's new assistant. Then a deranged patient wants to prescribe murder for Lionel Barrymore in Calling Dr. Gillespie. And then Lionel proves he's also a first-rate detective when he cracks Dr. Gillespie's criminal case. There's more to medicine than meets the eye on Turner Classic Movies.
Come one, come all, we're gonna have a ball. Just leave your cares and woes and let your troubles fall. You'll find a starry sky behind that cloud you're under. It's such a perfect time for one real wonders.
New York launches the nationwide tour of the flying heroes of the war. Fighters all. They bombed hell out of Hitler. British pilot Officer Taylor, decorated for bravery in the RAF raids on the Nazi war centers.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We're very proud to come to this country to represent Great Britain and the RAF.
The Yankee ensign who reported sighted sub, sank same. Ensign Donald Mason.
Mr. Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you. Normally, I talk too much. Today, I am speechless.
They're on their way to Los Angeles, to the biggest city celebration in our history. man.
Blue sky do I see. Oh, don't know.
Is this the end of Rico?
I should love sometimes, silly. I want to be alone. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive.
Shut up, shut up.
It's alive.
We're in the money. Come on, honey. Spend the rolling. Come on.
I have arrived.
Mutinous dog.
Chase Ashley Wilkes while you dreamed of Ashley Wilkes. One night you're not turning me out.
Goodbye, Mr. Chips.
Shut up, baby. Looking at you, kid.
It's even better when you help.
Stuff that dreams are made of.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody.
Much meat on it, but what's there is cheers.
Bond. James Bond.
Guess who's coming to dinner?
It flows to the sea. Wherever that river goes, that's where I want to be.
We rob banks.
You talking to me? Well, I'm the only one here.
I want you to get up now. I want you to get up right now and go to the window and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!"
In wanting things you know you can't get. I have never made a practice of slapping people, but I'm dangerously close to slapping you right now. There are things that a woman just can't do, and this is one of them. Carried on with if you had half a chance. You don't care at all about having lost Preston. If it had been any other woman, you never would have given it a second's thought. It was only because it was me.
You know, I think I must have wanted to kiss you for quite a long time.
I think I wanted you to kiss me too.
Lily, do you know anything at all about men? Do you? Well, I know there are a lot of little things that a man expects from a woman that I think you and your success have forgotten all about. What little things? Oh, little things like humor and charm and tenderness. Come out from behind that screen.
Now, look, Miss Marlowe,
Deirdre, are you coming out by yourself, or shall I come over and drag you out?
How did you know I was there?
My dear, I was hiding behind screens before you were born.
Look for the silver lining whene'er a cloud appears in the blue. Remember somewhere the sun is shining, so always look for the silver lining and try to find the sunny side of life.
Today on Turner Classic Movies, murder and mayhem invade the corridors of Blair Memorial. Lionel Barrymore has a disgruntled ex-patient on his hands in Calling Dr. Gillespie. Then Lionel is back as he tries to clear an innocent man of murder in Dr. Gillespie's criminal case. And on our Affairs to Remember, an automobile accident changes the course of Dr. Kildare's wedding day. Turner Classic Movies is just what the doctor ordered today. Today on Turner Classic Movies, Lionel Barrymore proves he's not only a first-rate physician, but he's also a terrific detective when he tracks down a killer in Dr. Gillespie's criminal case. Then on Affairs to Remember, a tragic accident leaves Lou Ayres waiting at the altar on Dr. Kildare's wedding day. And Leslie Howard is among the passengers of a ghost ship who are outward bound. Set your course for Turner Classic Movies today.
Come one, come all, we're gonna have a ball. Just leave your cares and woes and let your troubles fall. You'll find a starry sky behind that cloud you're under. It's such a perfect time for one real wonders.
One of Hollywood's most interesting behind-the-lens personalities is Lou Strome, location manager for Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. His job is to search the continents, north, south, east, and west, for the authentic and beautiful settings in which MGM photographs all of its big outdoor pictures. He set the African location for Trader Horn, went to Alaska for Eskimo, and to the South Seas for Mutiny on the Bounty. Again, Lou Strome is on the wing, high above the Grand Canyon on his way to Utah, searching for the untamed West, for the background of Wallace Beery's successor to Viva Villa, the bad man of Brimstone. On the north rim of the canyon, in Zion and Bryce National Parks, Strome finds what Hollywood is pleased to call pretties, beautiful scenic backgrounds, wide expanses of rugged mountainous country, and location manager Strome, after a week of scouting, decides upon this location. 2 weeks later, headed by director J. Walter Rubin and Wallace Beery, the bad man of Brimstone Company arrives at Zion. In the meanwhile, caravans of trucks are trekking the 800-mile journey from the studio to location, and among them, a 1938 covered wagon carrying a $50,000 cargo, the camera equipment. The sound crew prepares for action. Thousands of feet of electrical cable are unwound. Microphone booms are ferried across deep canyons. Electricians make ready their huge sun arcs, used to boost the light when the sun plays hide-and-seek behind the clouds. Luncheon is served. It looks mighty good, and probably tastes better. The principals relax as technicians make ready to film the first scene. A makeup man puts the finishing touches on Wallace Beery's makeup. Virginia Bruce toys with her candid camera. Dennis O'Keefe checks over his wardrobe. Cameramen trudge down the mountain, check their equipment, load their magazines with film, and now all is in readiness for the first scene, a scene you will see in the finished picture, one that you now see actually being photographed.
Hey, B, why you no kill that young fellow? He insult you.
Oh, I don't know, Ben. When a galoot starts to bawling about his maw, why, I kind of chokes up inside.
You dirty murderer. Do you know I haven't kissed you goodbye?
Of course I know it.
What do you think I've been walking alongside of you for?
There he is, Blackjack.
Are you McCready? I've been craving to meet you for a long while.
McCready, it's my duty to order you just once to give up those guns.
Make it fight.
Drop them guns or I'll kill the both of you. Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's new discovery, Dennis O'Keefe. Watch this boy.
Hi there, I'm Robert Osborne. Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, we salute our star of the month, Jimmy Stewart. At 7 p.m. Eastern, Jimmy stars as a third baseman for the St. Louis Cardinals, who gets called back into duty with the Air Force. Jimmy Stewart's teams with June Allison for the high-flying drama Strategic Air Command. That's going to be followed at 9 p.m. with Jimmy Stewart as a photographer who believes he's witnessed a gruesome murder from his apartment window. It's Jimmy Stewart with Grace Kelly in Alfred Hitchcock's thriller Rear Window. And at 11 o'clock, Jimmy Stewart is a circus clown with a secret past in Cecil B. DeMille's epic, The Greatest Show on Earth, co-starring Betty Hutton, Charlton Heston, and Dorothy Lamour. Jimmy Stewart is our star of the show tonight on Turner Classic Movies, and it all begins at 7 p.m. Eastern, so come, join us.